Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine. As you can see, Kisumu is fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, in this particular video, I want to demonstrate to you guys how Musalia Mudavadi, the ANC party leader, walked right into William Ruto's trap, and that he tricks and agreed to merge his ANC party with UDA party. Because why do you think William Ruto pushed for that merger? And why do you think someone like Moses Masika Wetangula refused to that merger? And why do you think someone like Rigathi Gachagua is actually regretting why they entered into Kenya Kwanza without Mount Kenya-based political party? It simply means that Musalia Mudavadi walked right into William Ruto's trap. Let me explain to you guys and begin by explaining the political relevance of Musalia Mudavadi. Let me ask you this question. Who is Musalia Mudavadi without ANC party? Because ANC party gave Musalia Mudavadi that bargaining power. Someone like Rigathi was powerless in UDA or in Kenya Kwanza because he didn't have a political party. Someone like the Mandeleo Chap guy, who has only one member of parliament, is currently a cabinet secretary, a proud co-principal in Kenya Kwanza because of his political party. What has Musalia Mudavadi done? Musalia Mudavadi has decided that, okay, ANC party is now gone. But let me now tell you the deep politics which Musalia Mudavadi did not see. Let us talk real politics. You see, politics is a game of numbers. And also politics has only two constants, which is the betrayal and interest. Right now, Raila Odinga is working with William Ruto. Right now, Uhuru Kenyatta is working with William Ruto, in quotes. But you can't rule out the possibility of betrayal. You can't rule out the possibility that Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga can actually fall out with William Ruto towards the tail end as we approach 2027. Which would mean they'll engineer a mass walkout from the government. In fact, yesterday I was explaining to you guys that there's a possibility that Uhuru and Raila, Uhuru has 3 members in the cabinet, Raila 5, that's 8. They can decide to persuade their members to walk out on William Ruto. I can take you to what happened when Raila led, Raila led walkout from Kanu to Oto. I'm foreseeing a similar situation. Then in that case, it would mean they'd go for a compromise candidate. In the current political setup, the person who can easily benefit as a compromise candidate is none other than Musalia Mudavadi. I doubt if Raila Odinga would have any problem if Musalia Mudavadi were to be the candidate agreed on as a compromise candidate. The mountain who could not vote for Raila Odinga, I doubt if they would refuse to vote for Musalia Mudavadi if Musalia Mudavadi were to be the compromise candidate. So I think William Ruto sat somewhere and studied the political situation because he's the president, he has intelligence. And in his mind, he's realized that Uhuru and Raila might actually play him. And their calculation is that if they were to play him, Musalia Mudavadi is going to be their compromise candidate. So how do I weaken Musalia Mudavadi? Persuade him to merge his party. As we speak, Musalia Mudavadi doesn't have a political party. If you look at the structure of UDA party, the new UDA party leader Ruto, of course they've added now Kindiki, but Ruto, then there's Kindiki. The second deputy party leader is Governor Issa Timam, who was the party leader after Musalia Mudavadi left. Now you go to the Secretary General, ANC has a deputy. So which means as far as UDA is concerned, Musalia Mudavadi and his team, they don't have any say in that party, politically speaking. So Musalia Mudavadi cannot be made a compromise candidate. So Ruto has sorted Mudavadi up to that extent. Ladies and gentlemen, let us go to the second point. William Ruto's intention. What is William Ruto's main intention or obsession with the merger? Let me take you to 2017. During 2017 presidential elections, William Ruto convinced Uhuru Kenyatta to merge his TNA party and UDA party, which they agreed and they merged. The intention of William Ruto at that time was not the merger. William Ruto's intention at that time was to stop TNA because TNA as a political party was associated with the mountain. Ruto had his URP. In fact, that was the mistake Uhuru Kenyatta agreed to. I'm 100% convinced that if Uhuru Kenyatta had not agreed to that merger, probably he would still be having his TNA as a political party with members of parliament. So William Ruto ensured that during that election, anybody who was associated with the TNA was sent home. So Ruto's intention currently in the Luhya nation is actually similar to his intention in the mountain during that particular time. William Ruto wants to weaken all political parties in the Luhya nation. Now let me explain to you guys now the politics which Musalia Mudavadi missed. What happens if the political parties in the Luhya nation are weakened? Now when we talk of political parties in the Luhya nation, we are talking of ANC party, we are talking of DAP Kenya, we are talking of Ford Kenya. If they are weakened, what happens? The only thing which can happen is that William Ruto's new political party might get some strength. ODM party will also get some strength. And this is where it is interesting. Assuming ODM party becomes very strong now in the Luhya nation, because let me take you to Vihiga, where Musalia Mudavadi come from. He doesn't have a political party now. But ODM has a deputy party leader from Vihiga, who was a founding member of ANC party, Ososi. You get? So it will not be very easy for Ruto to negotiate because he will come with his party, which is the UDA. I'm told wameongeza some P huko nyuma. So it will be easy for William Ruto to negotiate with ODM party in the Luhya nation, rather than negotiating with Ford Kenya, ANC, such kind of things. So he wants to weaken those political parties so that he can easily negotiate with a party which cannot merge from that side. Because William Ruto understands that Raila Odinga will not be a presidential candidate. And therefore, he can negotiate with Raila and the team. But Musalia Mudavadi would be out of the picture. There is nothing as grave mistake as the one Musalia Mudavadi has committed. How do you agree to merge your political party? Number 3, and I hope you will get this point. You see, there's always been this story that Ruto really wanted Musalia Mudavadi's party and Ford Kenya, Wetangula's party to merge. Wetangula refused. I'm told even ANC party and their members refused. It reached a point where Musalia Mudavadi said, I'm not going to help this party in any way. To an extent that ANC party offices were actually locked over rent. But do you know the owner of that house or that building? Musalia Mudavadi. So which means Musalia Mudavadi was even forcing the officials out of the party offices to agree to this merger. And there were stories that money had exchanged hands, brown envelope. In fact, I was talking to someone and they were telling me, you see, when Otsosi was the Secretary General of UDA party, of ANC party, sorry, he ensured that ANC party became very strong in the Luhya nation to an extent that by the time he was being kicked out, ANC party had 17 MPs. and 80 MCs. So when he was kicked out, Musalia Mudavadi's interest changed. Currently, ANC party, I think, has 6 MPs and 20 MCs. And at that time, it was alleged that Ososi was actually kicked out because there were kind of some brown envelopes exchanging hands. That's when Barack Muluka was brought on board. So right now, it is very clear that the merger is not as a result of Musalia Mudavadi's interest. It's as a result of William Ruto's interest and money exchange hands. I don't know how Musalia Mudavadi will deal with those stories down there. Number 4 is the Luhya political identity. Which party do you associate with the Luhya nation? That if you see the colors of that party, then you can easily link that party to the Luhya nation. Musalia Mudavadi's party, ANC party. If you even looked at the structure of ANC party, it was Luhya. Our politics in Kenya is still tribal. Ford Kenya is associated with Bungoma. And that's a fact. ODM party, as much as it's a national party, is still associated with the Luo nation. UDA party is associated with the Kalenjin nation. That's why Rigathi Gachagua and the team are forming their own political party. So what Musalia Mudavadi has done is that he has sold the Luhya political identity in the name of a merger. I doubt, because in 2022, William Ruto campaigned and became the president of the Republic of Kenya with the support of ANC party as a distinct entity. Why force Musalia Mudavadi to follow the party? Ruto has interest there, which brings me to my last point. The control of 2027 politics in the Luhya nation. Ruto controlled the Mount Kenya elected leaders from 2017 to 2022. In 2027, he wants to do the same to the Luhya nation because the mountain is now drifting away. But Ruto is interested in who is going to become the next governor for Kakamega, who is going to become the MP for here, who is going to become the MC there. He's interested in that. Because you never know. I've always held this belief that William Ruto's real intention now and in the future is to engineer some constitutional changes so that he can stay further in office. And if he can't stay further in office, then an office can be created for him. Maybe the office of the Prime Minister, and made powerful. If you are to ask me, he can only do those if he has members of parliament. And the fact that the mountain is drifting, ODM is not playing balls the way he had wanted, he's focusing now in the Luhya nation. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my take, and Musalia Mudavadi will regret his entire life for the political mistake he has committed. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.